are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about the situation unfolding. It's very unexpected what is happening right now, at least to me and many other people as well. A little bit caught off guard because people thought that World War III was going, but maybe it's already over before it was really starting. And that could have a tremendous impact on the market, on policies, how the market reacts in general. Right now, the market is still in a waiting position to see how everything turns out. But very, very soon, it could resume its way to the upside. And there are also developments coming from the Fed that actually benefit Bitcoin and crypto quite a bit, and the adoption by banks. And that is also something we need to talk about. So that, and then altcoins once more, and let's talk also a little bit more about Ecomi and VeVe this stream. Catch up a little bit what is going on, and make sure to stay tuned. So, okay, let's jump right here into Bitcoin. And good morning to all the rare hodlers here in the chat already. Thank you very much. Let's see here. So yesterday we still had a bigger red candle. We see this wick to the downside, but right now we are already green here on the monthly. Let's jump into the shorter time frames to see what actually is happening here. And we do see that we have pumped back quite a bit. And there is also some events coming up today and tomorrow that will influence the price action on crypto. But the bounce, if you see it really, we have reached in the absolute depth here 98,000, and then we are now back up 7.17%, $7,000 on the Bitcoin. That is quite a move. Up to the point where we were even higher. We have bounced all the way to 106,000. And by the way, I have highlighted this kind of falling channel flag to you already when we were coming off here and we're at this midline. Now we have bounced on the lower side and we are on our way back to the upside at 108,000. So that channel, falling channel, very much active. The likelihood for these flags channels in this way are to break to the upside. So this is looking good. I do think that this could be happening and could be very, very good. Now, what the heck is going on? So, someone posted this here, World War III, June 20 until June 23rd. Glad we survived, thanks to all the Twitter war experts, right? Now, here we go with a real tweet, and this is from these retweet accounts from Truth Social, because that's where Trump is always tweeting. And he says, congratulations to everyone. This was 6 p.m. EST on the 23rd. What is that? Like, the dates are completely weird. Yeah, on the 23rd, so yesterday from my time here, but a couple of hours ago, let's put it that way, right? So congratulations everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now. So in my terms, this was 12:20 a.m. So the ceasefire should be active now, roughly. But we will see also that it's not 100% clean yet. Let's see how it develops, right? But in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress final mission, so whatever, like it takes some time to get all troops and all involved parties to stand down, right? For 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Let's see, yeah. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, and officially end the 12th day war will be saluted by the world. Okay, so that would be extremely bullish, but right now it's uncertainty whether this is going to happen in this clean way or not, right? During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful. On the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will, I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12th-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and could have destroyed the Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States, God bless the world, God bless crypto. No, he didn't say that. Just anyways, that is the post. And what happened though is that until now we see also Trump announced ceasefire is in effect. Please don't violate it. Because we saw that Iran still rains missiles on Israel in final hour before ceasefire deadline, so they were using every little last bit to throw some more rockets and drain the rocket shield of Israel. Probably that was the objective here. So right now we see this coming in. Trump announces ceasefire is in effect. This is from now, I guess, because I didn't see that banner before, but I don't know. Like here it says Tuesday around 1 a.m. stateside, so whatever that is, right? But I think they are like between 5 and 9 hours back, depending if you look on the east, west coast, whatever. So it's basically from now or an hour ago or so. So Iran had launched fresh barrage of missiles at Israel as ceasefire deadline announced by Trump neared. Israel's national emergency, blah blah, and so on. Okay, we don't have to read everything, but where I'm getting at with this is that right now the market perceives it green because the market assumes that everything's going well with the ceasefire, but cautiously, because we know that the first hours and everything could be very critical, and also there could be rogue elements, right? Rogue elements in, for example, Iran or wherever, right? That could continue something and put this at risk, or could cause another answer from Israel, whatever, right? So in the very beginning, it is very risky. Yeah, we don't know, and the market doesn't know if everything stays stable. But if it does, that is a genius move, because the situation is now in which Israel gets the peace. They defended themselves with the rocket shield and so on. The US bombed down 3 nuclear sites, or supposedly, right? So the US won with its precision strike. And the Iran is firing rockets until the end, and even fired at US bases in Qatar and Iraq. So the Iran regime also gets to win as they showed it to the US, right? And now basically everyone can claim an internal win, where I would say probably the US the biggest winner. Anyways, yeah. So we will see. We will see if the if it comes in. Let's see the chat, because you've been very, very active in the chat. Let's see the chat to the situation. We got some good news today. I feel like we're dating crazy girl with crypto this year. Absolutely. Divine the thing. Awesomeness. Very fine. Thank you. Good morning, PH, and to all the hodlers. Good morning, Bernard Donaldson. GM Boys vacation over, back to the hamster wheel. Welcome back. Where did you go? Yeah, good question. Where did you go? Tell us, Green Lantern. Good morning, Roman. VMint33 says ceasefire lol. You believe Trump BS? I don't know. Iran has said they were never informed. Wake up. Well, I'm just reporting what's coming in. I'm not saying that is true. And if you would have listened to the entire stream, I also said, let's see if that holds, if it even exists. I have showed, I don't know, maybe you tuned in 2 minutes ago, because I actually showed here that Iran is in fact, until the last minutes here of the potential ceasefire, raining missiles, and that it is very unstable. I have highlighted that there are rogue elements, or there could be rogue elements that continue. Even it could be so that not all sides really have the intention to agree to this. So I am not in any way pushing an agenda here, but for the market it is an uncertainty situation that could be resolved, yeah, as also CNBC believes Trump BS. Okay, it's been reported. Yes, it has been reported here. You see it the same that I am reporting here on the CNBC main site. So calm down, grab a coffee, and let's just see what is going on in the markets with it. An interesting development, though, is also that the US oil, before that already, or when this was unfolding, took a nice hit and people were shorting the oil price, which implied that something was going on that doesn't show an escalation, because an escalation would be, okay, Strait of Hormuz closed, more war coming in, so that should push the price of oil up, but didn't. So maybe the market, maybe you could say here, what this was a show me the chart, I tell you the news event when this was unfolding yesterday, when it was not yet clear how this whole thing develops. Yeah, we will see. For Bitcoin, though, and this is important as well, we do have a Fed Chair Powell testimony coming in at 4 p.m. today. That is usually, that is not US time, that is my time zone. So 4 p.m. is the morning hours of the US. This could be important. That's the, is there 2 testimonies? Today and tomorrow. Yeah, so today and tomorrow, Fed testimony. And then what else do we have? Core PC, yeah, all that stuff is not that that significant directly to the Bitcoin price, but it will be interesting what Fed Chair Powell has to say. On that note, we're coming to that in a second, but on that note, this is an interesting one. So the Fed just officially removed the reputational risk in general in bank oversight, right? But here it's put like, okay, for Bitcoin and crypto, yes, also, but in bank oversight. So the Federal Reserve Board announces that reputational risk will no longer be a component of examination programs in its supervision of banks. That is extremely bullish, because that means that banks can now freely engage with cryptocurrency firms and also with other firms, right? So it's not only bullish for the crypto industry, but since this is a crypto channel, this is my main focus. But what was that reputational supervision or the reputational risk? So basically, the Fed before was when they examined, when they were basically auditing, they said, okay, if it's not against the law, but if a bank gets involved with a company that is perceived by the public as, let's say, not reputationally clean, so for example, cannabis businesses, cryptocurrency firms, and so on, then they would have basically said, yeah, you shouldn't do it, you can't do it, because there's a reputational risk. So for example, a bank wants to get into business with, let's say, a crypto lender, right? Or whatever, like a DeFi protocol, or I don't know, whatever, right? So make transactions between exchanges, act as a custodian, I don't know, whatever. I'm just making stuff up right now. They would get the memo, better not do that, because these cryptocurrency firms are not seen as safe and sound by the public, so you shouldn't engage, or you can't engage. Now that's gone. They don't do that anymore. So it's no longer a component of the examination. Hence, for banks, the way is cleared and free to engage with crypto and whatever else is under that whole thing. Yeah. So I think this is probably potentially more bullish, especially, I think this had to come, but especially also because of the Genius Act regarding stablecoins. So now banks can issue then probably their own stablecoins to participate a little bit more in the market, get their own fees on that. So we will see what is going on here, right? Okay, that bullish. Now, this one here is still to the previous topic, because they had the Pantera CEO here on to the US-Iran conflict. Let's listen quickly. It's only 30 seconds.
Issues highlight a theme we've been talking about for a decade: the separation of money and state. Back in the day, money was separate from the state. It was hard assets like gold. We've had this era where governments print money. They're printing a lot of it now. And I think we are going back to people trying to store their wealth in hard assets. Gold's great. Gold's doing very well. But digital gold, Bitcoin, is also relevant for people's portfolios. And it can't be undermined by policies, tariffs, wars. You can't print more of it. It has all those attributes that gold has. Issues.
Yeah, okay. Basically, it's just an argument for gold being, or for Bitcoin being better than gold, having similar properties, hard asset, and in war times, you can't take it away. It's interesting because now the question is, for us, the biggest question is, will the situation go on, spiral out of control or not, right? We don't know yet. We will see, we will find out, and we will report on this channel. Nonetheless, I think it's time for us to look a little bit at how the altcoin market reacts. And good news, the altcoin market is reacting in a very positive way right now, meaning that people and especially like players in the market, willing to put some money into altcoins in this situation, right? That with Bitcoin dominance being at all-time high, but we do see here, for example, let's get to the top 100, we do see a 10% rebound out of the average of the top 100. We do see Say, it seems that Say is leading the charge here with 35% bounce back, but we see also strong reactions from other coins like SPX, Jasmy, Dog with Head. So we see memes are still reacting strong, but we see also, let's say, the non-meme projects bouncing with 10 to 15%. So we have IMX with 14%, Link with 11%, Casper 13%. near 13, Sui 13, everything's 13 here, right? VeChain 11%. Here behind virtual, you can't really see that, but 22%. Injective is behind my screen with 17%. So all in all, a nice bounce back, but it's only coming after a drop. The only projects that really are up also on the weekly are Say, Saros, and Kaya. We see big returns here on Say, 60%. So that is a little bit decoupled from the rest of the market, but all other coins had taken a hit, and now they basically bounced back to the previous levels, because if you see here, like, there is not much negative percentage left over, only 5% where it was like 20% or so for Sui before. We see that basically most of the losses of the week have recovered, and then we see on the monthly though we are still underwater 20 to 25%. So just seen on the monthly, many of these projects are on a big fat discount, right? Santorini, Greece was the holiday location. Great, that sounds really great. Nice Green Lantern, that sounds beautiful. Absolutely. That, if you can recommend, then yeah, why not, right? I mean, there are so many destinations. I fear I do not have enough lifetime to visit everything. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, thank you with Trucking for reminding me. Smash up the like button here for the stream. So if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the updates, if you find any value, then smash up the like button, please. Hey, Hachiko Kusama, good to see you. There you go. So that the altcoins we see. So let's stay on the daily because it just looks better. We see everything's up like 10% or so, top 100 to 200. We have, and all across the board. It's not like you have one fat bubble of 1000% or so. But all across the board, basically, you have a recovery, right? We also see it here. All these meme coins like NPC and Nero and Launchcoin on Belief and whatever, they all bounce back a little bit. Mudeng 20%, 30% in some cases. Yeah, but no like coins that go on exaggerated pump. Everything's just, hey, this is a recovery, right? Which is good, but don't get fooled. It can go the other way round very, very quickly. We do have a little bit, if we go in the weekly here, of Bitcoin dominance with a little blip down. This is our recovery right now, right? So you can see, okay, how fast that can go if you buy the dip and then suddenly it goes a couple of percent up. You see this little blip in Bitcoin dominance is our recovery right now. So that means also you can probably likely imagine what happens if this wick upside is, we can't even see it here anymore. So what happens if something like this happened to the altcoins? Well, then everything goes 10, 20 or 30x, very likely depending on where you are on the ladder of the market cap. But we are not there yet. We can easily have another month of green candle to the upside, as we have put in new all-time highs here at 66% Bitcoin dominance. So don't get fooled by that. Okay, hit the like buttons and let's quickly check out a couple of these altcoins, especially the ones that I have on the screen. So let's take the oil chart for that to go in those. So let's check out VeChain quickly. That the ones that we have on the thumbnail, they should be checked. So we see it here again. We basically have this oops, there we go. We have the support level here going on right here, here and here. Why is this yellow line not exactly on the candle bodies? Because it's drawn in on a higher time frame chart, like weekly or monthly. But we see it still here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 times this support. And if we go in the weekly, or actually on the weekly, it's not drawn that clean. Let's put it that way. But we can still see it here, that this is basically the level where we react right now. Yeah, probably with we should probably draw this in a little bit cleaner, right? There we go. Okay, but that's the support level. We are on support. Hopefully we don't lose it. From here we should bounce. How far, we don't know, but that's the stuff for VeChain. Once the bull run for the altcoins is going on, so risk off moving to risk on. Solving the Iran-Israel situation helps with that. Investors are more likely to spend money on stuff like that. Then we do look at MCAD also. We like MCAD on this channel. And we do see for MCAD also we have taken quite a hit and then a massive rebound. We talked before that there's basically this downward sloping resistance that overall MCAD is in this, yeah, basically accumulation zone, right? I mean, sorry, that was not the one. Just getting rid of all of the stuff. Basically only that really matters. This is more or less the midline where we are right now. So if you believe in an altcoin season, then MCAD could be a real banger pick for the altcoin season once and if it happens, right? So no one knows for sure, but I do think it will happen. I think if it happens, MCAD could be a banger pick for that, right? So then having this basically this accumulation zone, and let's see what's going to happen here. We do have one more on the screen, which is Ecomi, but we watch it a little bit later. We also should take a look at VeVe. VeVe also has been performing quite well. Let's see if this is not the one we had. Yeah, here we had some targets. Actually, we undershot the target, which was this one here, right? This target where we said 40. Excuse me, guys. 40 cents. We said that way back here when we hit the resistance and came down, that 40 cents is a likely target, bouncing off of this here. We even came under that, so that's crazy. So this is all-time high, basically. Oh, there's a network. Oh, very sorry for this, guys. There we go. Now, what to expect from VeVe, not sure, but I think it will find support somewhere here, and then we might go up again. And then the question is, do we find something like this? Do we compress or whatever? Unclear. Is this then the uptrend? Something like this, right? We don't know. It's very, very unclear. We have some resistance lines in here, but these scenarios, they could play out, right? In a bullish environment. If we drop into a bear market for whatever reason, which I don't believe we are, then this could be a thing. GM, everyone, bless you, thank you very much. Yo, yeah, I sold loads, think it would drop further. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, we never know. This is the thing. For example, I thought if we go back to US oil, right? That was it, right? Yeah. So on US oil, for example, I thought that we are going to break through the overhead resistance here for US oil and just skyrocket on this conflict, right? And usually once you think you've figured out something, the opposite happens. It is like that, right? So a lot of people now have figured out that there will be no altcoin season, and usually the opposite happens. So yeah, we can never. I think trading in general, like, it's a very complicated matter. Like, it's more complicated than many people on YouTube and everywhere make believe. Everyone talks about how they make money with trading, and I really don't believe most of them, right? Because many people, they make a move, they take a nice trade, but they don't also tell you where they missed out on like 5 other things, or how the overall hodl performance would be better than their trading outcome. So trading is a very, very complicated matter, right? So yeah, something like this. Hardcore rejected here for oil. We will see. Like oil tells a story of, at the moment, it's not going to be that bad, right? Yo, Pro Legendary, what is going on? Puka Yotrich is here. Bodo's here. Troy Paris is here. Trucking Inc. is here. All the rare hodlers are here in the house. Thank you very much for the continuous support. Richard Jefferson says, I've lost so much money from over trading and simply not hodling. Exactly. I think that is the biggest problem, and so many times things go the wrong way. Also here, right? Remember when I said, and I have no issue at all repeat my own misreading. So one crazy misread that I had was this here, right? So TA wise, you'll have something like this, or you can draw it in like this, doesn't matter, right? So you have this rising wedge in Bitcoin dominance, and then even if you prolong this a little bit here, you see what I mean. And then TA wise, we lost support, and we confirmed it with a bearish retest, and we had a continuation after that. So you see this, TA wise, that was the point where I said, okay, altcoin season started. We have this rising wedge. We fell out. We have a bearish retest. Everything aligns. Altcoin season started. I said it here. Altcoin season started, and what is? Bam, wrecked. Completely wrecked. It looked picture perfect, and then it didn't happen, right? So and had I traded this as whatever, if that would be a coin or something in the market, I would get completely wrecked on this, right? So trading this, basically opening a short here, you would be stopped out at least, or wrecked on that short, right? Which is why I say, good, apparently my error rate is still high, right? I mean, I'm trying to get an edge here and so on, but this is the reason I'm still doing the buy and hold, and I use all of this stuff to try to figure out, okay, where are we in the cycle, and maybe get a nice entry for something that I want to hold over the longer term. But yeah, exactly. I blame PH for calling alt season. Absolutely, that would be right. Yeah, PH called alt season here, and now look at us. Yeah, but yeah. So that I think the best thing is if you look at something. For example, I have the luxury, I can go back in my videos with my face in the camera and say, this is what I thought back in the day or at this time, and it's wrong, right? So this error, or this me saying here, altcoin season starting, is registered, right? It's there. I didn't take it down or anything, right? So it's there. Also, I mean, I am here calling for Bitcoin this crazy setup, right? So far I am right. I'm right since, I don't know, since this basically turns out to be going for a cup and handle, inverse head and shoulders and so on, right? This is a big setup. I'm calling for more, right? If we drop into a bear market right now for whatever black swan reason, well, wrecked, right? Then my prediction here is wrong, but I am saying, and this is why I say, I have an inverse head and shoulders, I have a breakout continuation, so like the trend, this is a trend, right? The tendency, the trend here is going my direction. Everything is aligning, so I say more likely than not, this is going to happen. In this sense, I said here, altcoins is more, in my mind, more likely than not, this is now we are dropping out, going lower on Bitcoin dominance. So still, there is a likelihood that we go higher, right? So I would say for Bitcoin, I still say, and I'm still convinced that this is right, that we are going higher for Bitcoin as everything is pointing to that direction and no indicator shows top signs. But still, I'm more likely than not, we are going way higher for Bitcoin, right? So, hey Ronai, good. Is the bull run gonna start now? This is where I say common misconception. The bull run has started in 2022. Here, right here, this is the start of the bull run. And we are in a bull run since like roughly 900 days. And we are up a 6.5x on Bitcoin. Don't forget that. We are in a bull run for a long time already. The bull run did not start up here, right? The bull run, what happened? Where is my everything? There we go. I've switched the indicator to the upside. I didn't know that was possible. Nice, I found out a new feature on TradingView. So the bull run is not starting here on this bounce. This is this is a continuation pattern, yeah. But for altcoins, the bull run or the altcoin season, yeah, has not started yet. And in my opinion, it will start based on everything that we see out of Global M2. You know it from almost every live stream here. Today we didn't look at M2, but usually we do. M2 says higher. The TSI says there's a little bit more room. We are towards the end, but there are still months to go for the TSI, right, until we hit this trend line. The RSI, there's still room. We are not even overbought. We have been overbought 2 times, but not much. There is still room for the RSI. Stochastic RSI, bullish momentum, should continue. So if we say, show me the chart, I tell you the news, I'd say that chart supports this, not only this, but this chart combination supports no World War III. Okay, some peace treaty, some back and forth, some truce ceasefire, break ceasefire, new ceasefire, whatever, right? But not pure escalation. That's what the chart would say if you would go for that. Do you reckon VeChain still could reach at least what? 20 cents? 30 cents would be new all-time high. VeChain is one of the coins that did not have a dilution of their overall coins, which is good, right? So I did look at VeChain before, but I didn't talk about price targets. Yes, I would say it's possible, but many people will take profits before and around 20 cents at least. That's where many people in the previous bull run came in, and they just want to get out. Depends on the masses of, depends on how much money is going to flow into the altcoins, right? So yeah, it's possible, but you need to have a plan that is, or the exit plan should be multifaceted. The only thing where I don't have an exit plan is Bitcoin, because this just doesn't make sense to have an exit plan for that, in my opinion, right? Long-term hodl and so on. For altcoins, there should be one, right? So for me, it was 8 cents. I have them in the VeChain chart. 8 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, something like that. So if it reaches those levels, I will hold myself accountable and sell some, which could be 10% of the bag, for example, at 8 cents, right? And then if it drops back, you also have some money to go in again if you want that, and if you still see that this is a good thing. That would be different from pure trading, right? Then you would, this is like, for example, let's say you're looking at this and you say, okay, which altcoin should I buy? And you're like, okay, SUI is down 20%, so I'm going to buy some SUI, with, let's say, $100, right? Small man's money, $100. So let's open the SUI chart for that. But let's open a good one. Okay. So this is one way that is a little bit superior to the pure trading, right? So let's say you buy SUI here, and then it goes up to here. Then it goes to 450, right? So it goes back to this previous local high, not even all-time high, but local high. And you sell, then you take half out. Yeah, that now you have a moonback of SUI where you cannot lose. Okay, so this, and then maybe, so you have then you have $100 moonback, and you have $100 to go again at some other altcoin, right? And then you go again like, man, like what can I buy? Whatever, right? And then maybe you want to go down the risk ladder, and you see, and then you see Beam, right? And you go again, and then Beam doubles in price at some pump, and then you build yourself a free Beam bag. Yeah. Troy Paris says, "Oh no, I am a small man. I just found out I only buy $100 blocks." What is that? Small man's money, I meant you only have $100 total to spend. Yeah, Troy, I'm pretty sure that you have a little bit more to ape into altcoins. But also on the other side, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you only have $100 total for the year, and you can build several $100 free moonbags, that's big win, right? And there are people in my audience, or people that I know, that play with tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Something that is not possible for me. So that's what I meant. 130,000 BTC, asked Trucking Hank. When uncertainty goes away and people and the money that is being printed hits the market. Diviner Singh says, "Lol, it's like a ceasefire in the pub. When a fight happens, it is stopped by some people, only to start again when some dick says he said your mom, and it kicks off again." Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels. Yeah. There is one tall, big blonde guy in the bar with a light orange tone to his face, and he's the bouncer. He's like, stop it, or you get kicked out. Yeah. Hi guys, what does it cost to smash the like for more alpha? There are 38 watching and just 19 likes. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't cost anything. I think so. If you're driving in the car, right? I know some of you do. You are excused from liking. Okay, we can be short a couple of likes, but we cannot be that short of likes. There's not that many people driving. I'm sure of it, right? But of course, don't bring yourself into dangerous situation for a like. That's for sure. I would never support that. Okay, let's check out finally Omi. There is hope. There is hope to cling on to this level. Okay, let's see how this hope develops, right? So Ecomi has taken a hit. Ecomi is bouncing back. It wants to get back above. It wants to get and stay and cling on to this support level we have a new cycle low at 0001,796. So now there's some buying coming in again at this level, but we still do see even a downtrend, right? If you want to be very, very honest, we still do see downtrend here. So Puka Yotrich says, "I'm risking my life for you like PH." please don't. It's don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to stop at the red light, and then get honked at because you didn't see that it already flipped to green. That's one thing, right? But while driving, don't do it. Maybe there will be, at some point, there will be like AI, Siri, whatever, with a, hey Siri, you do, please like it, yeah? Please like this video. And then you go nuts in the car because you said, please like this video, and then Siri is like, okay, understood, disliking this video. And then you're like, no, like it. Okay, no liking. Understood. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be the future of... Do you also have the feeling, like, I sometimes have the feeling that it's 2025 and like basic technology things still don't work. Like, for example, your earphones connecting to the correct device, or at work, connecting to the screen and it just doesn't connect and nothing works. Like every fucking meeting is the same thing. And then whatever, or like still streams lagging in 2025, and then everyone's like, oh, AI is doing this and that and so on. I feel we didn't solve the basic things, right? He's driving and hitting the like button, but he actually wrote those messages too while driving. Oh shit, man. Don't tell me about it. It's getting worse and worse. I drive around London, so I'm mostly stuck in traffic. Okay, that sounds better. That sounds better. 0 kilometers per hour, stuck in traffic. That sounds better. Mate, did you marry your Gausha? It's coming. It's coming in October. Yeah. Wedding coming up, guys. I might share some pictures in the Rare Hodler group, okay? In the Telegram group. That's where you get the private alpha. And no, it's not OnlyFans, okay? So it's not what you think, yeah? Troy, you snitched me? Oh, no. It's getting worse. Okay, so let's check out. I had some, VeVe, okay? This, I forgot this yesterday, to be honest. It's out already a couple of days. So VeVe co-founder and CEO David Yu is featured in Kia Ora magazine. It's an Air New Zealand in-flight magazine. The Sharp End, that's by the way a good one, right? Because like you get probably the right people in those magazines. Just don't know if many people read these magazines actually, but if there's interesting stuff in it, why not? So Business Insights. So they've written this, or they've put this article in the Air New Zealand in-flight magazine. The Sharp End feature discusses David's view on AI, the next big thing, and so on. And we do see here, maybe let's only look at some parts of this. AI in my business will enhance our user experiences, streamline internal processes, and open up new ways to engage with digital collecting in the metaverse. As it continues to evolve, it will play a significant role in personalizing user interactions, automating tasks, and even creating 3D digital assets in ways and speed we haven't imagined yet. That is good. And also I think, yes, AI is coming in at the right time for small and lean businesses to improve their productivity, as you're really basically saving several employees just by using AI in your business, right? So, in every business, right? Whatever business you have, and also your private life. I can't stress this enough, but I always try to tell you here and on the stream, I try to tell everyone around me, if you're not using AI, you have to do it. Like, you have to get started today. Otherwise, you will be like the grandma that can't deal with a touch screen and so on anymore because they just didn't get on it when it came out. you need to be in AI right now, or you will be left behind, right? You need to get this competitive edge. If you are like a freelancer, a lawyer, programmer, whatever, you have to get into AI, because otherwise you get disrupted. Okay? Like if you are standard legal counsel or whatever, if you don't do anything with AI or improve yourself, you'll likely get disrupted by the technology and by everyone else who's using it. It's like natural bodybuilding competition where everyone suddenly starts using steroids, and for whatever reason 2 or 3 don't, right? You'll get left behind, right? You're left behind, and it's not like, you cannot say it's unfair because no one cares. That's what it is, right? David on Omi is my homie tonight. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you mean like he's on that show? Yeah. I must say, if VeVe becomes what we hope it will be, the most significant business to come out of New Zealand. Yeah, I mean, they have already killed it on the startup side, like $1 billion business and so on. So it's very, very interesting. So next part here. The next big thing is the convergence of physical and digital assets, where true ownership of digital goods becomes mainstream. I'm already seeing brands and consumers embracing the idea of digital experiences where digital assets have real-world benefits. I believe this will reshape how people collect, interact, and engage with their favorite brands and franchises. Yes, and if AI can enhance that experience, the trend is that people are going more and more digital. And I mean, we see it already. Like a lot of people, they are doing this collecting experiences like Pokemon TCG, even though those are not NFTs and so on. But it is for sure the future of that business, right? And it might have, by the way, and VeVe might have actually saved Marvel Comics, right? So we will see that in the future. But and there will be always a physical collector niche, don't get me wrong, but like having a digital readable exclusive variant option with VeVe, it might get adopted over time very, very well. Yeah. So first rule in business is to build something you truly love and believe in, and success will follow. If you solve a real problem or create something that excites people, the financial rewards and long-term success will come naturally. So that already happened for them, right? Anyway, you can read the full article here. It's just some quick insights, basically more on David Yu than really on VeVe. I think these first 2 parts are more to VeVe than the rest, but very, very interesting here as well. So we have the count here. There are bounties out for the count. I don't know if it already dropped. I don't think so. No, not yet, it seems. Lots and lots of things are going on. So here we have it. How many days? So for example, this one has 7,500 views. This one 7, a little bit more. Stitch, right? Get ready and so on. So there's another Stitch drop coming. We already have one. With comics, there's a lot of stuff is going on here for VeVe. So they are building. They are still not dead, even though that many people called them dead already since I think 3 years now. 2022 bear market. It really started when it says, okay, they are going to die, but then everything else that has been shilled died around them. So that's right. And this is another example where what a lot of negative people say, sometimes the opposite happens, right? So if everyone says World War III, maybe it doesn't happen. If everyone says altcoin season's dead, maybe the altcoin season's coming back. If everyone says VeVe is dying and everyone, but then VeVe survives and everything else is dying. So you see how the opposite happens in many cases, right? To public opinion, or to I would even say mainstream opinion. David gonna say soon for every question on Omi is my homie. But this is the other thing, like, okay, it's soon and then it takes 4 years, but at least it's coming, right? What they really need is to present a roadmap for the token that shows the mass burn, okay, for a potential alt season. They should have something in the tank to announce, and then it needs to be so crazy that everyone does these calculations for the burns and so on, and then the token gets bought massively, right? Wes in the house. Altcoins are dead? Nice. That's exactly what I meant. So it's coming. Altcoin season's coming. That's exactly what I meant. Yeah. We just need enough people to believe that altcoins are dead, and then probably something's happening. Okay, guys. On that note, don't forget to smash up the like button. It really helps the channel tremendously. Make sure to be subscribed, notifications on if you enjoyed this type of updates, live stream, and wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and I catch you in the next video or live stream. Thank you and bye.